Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to Punch Out Thursday with Kathy, Krista, myself, and Dorothy. I'm going to scrapbook a couple of pictures of my daughter and my grandson, and they're playing Pokemon Go. Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard anything about that game. My grandson texted me the pictures, and I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes later, he texted me not to Photoshop them, to leave the stuff that was in there, because when I scrapbooked the page, they needed to be there. This being because he was in a walkathon, and him and a friend of his made it to the top of the hill, and they were bragging to each other about getting in front of the old people. And they were at the bottom of the hill. Well, I didn't know who they were. I just photoshopped them out. Well, I couldn't get them back because I didn't save, and I couldn't remember whose Facebook page I got them off of. But yeah, he would have liked it to have been there, so he'll tell me not to Photoshop. The first punch that I punched was 1 3/4 inches, and then that one that I punched a red and white one out of is a 1.5 inch. And I just laid the red on top of the white because rather than try to cut two halves and have that much more punching to do, I'm just going to punch more of the white and half the amount of red. And I did cut a strip of black to go across there, and now I'm going to do the center part of this, and I have no clue what this thing is. It's red and white. It looks like it's got a button to push in the middle because it looks white on that button. But I'm going to make several of them. I'm going to make 3 sizes, and this one here is the middle size. And I'm only going to show how to make one, since they're all 3 the same. But yeah, they're going to go across my page. And I did think about doing a big one, like almost half, where it's going off the page. And somehow I forgot about doing it. I got my layout done and everything, and I did not have that done. So it is not on here. This one is the black's the black's 5/8. The black one's 5/8 inch. The white one is 1/2 inch, and then that other one's a 1/4 inch punch, the white that goes on the white. And I did, there I'm showing some of them, but see that little thing right there? No clue what that is either. I know the one with my grandson was what was it? Wombat, because it said it up there on top. Only when I put these both on a 4x6 template and did the collage thing so I could get them both smaller, that got cut off because it just did not fit. And I could have made that one pretty easy by using a die. I've got a bat die from Halloween, and I could have just done it in blue and made its ears bigger, and I could have had it made. And I was planning on doing it, but apparently I got in here, my layout's done, and I didn't do it. And I didn't even think about it till I started talking. But I am making this little orange thing, which kind of reminds me a little bit of a puppy, only it's got like 4 ears or something. I don't know. The ones in the back look like the tops of mushrooms. It's pink. They're pink, and they got little yellow circles on it. And I was showing there that I had the pencil mark at the halfway mark to help me tell where halfway is. So if I make more than one of something, I can get them all about the same size at the halfway point. And the bigger ones I even have marked like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/4 inch, so I can get them close to the same size when I'm doing them instead of guessing. The ones that I'm cutting out now is for the little mushroom looking things in the back. So I'm going to have to make them shorter and round them. And I thought about going and looking through my punches again for something else that may work. But this was already out, so I just went ahead and used it. I tried it on the little arm, ears, or whatever those other things are. And they looked a little fat because those look kind of skinny. And so I decided to use them instead on the mushroom looking things. And I will have to put some support behind there, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to cut them, and I'm going to try to make them not stick up too far where they go over the top of the mushroom, but enough where it supports the little mushroom things when I put them on there. And here I get this much of this done and actually get the little mushrooms on, and I think the yellow dots on maybe even, and think, oh, I should have inked the edges to give it more dimension. And I will go ahead and ink them, even though it's kind of late to the party, but the ink's going to go on there. And I'm looking at the layout of it right now, and I went and took the white gel pen and highlighted everything and forgot to put a dot in each of the eyes and on the nose of this little thingy here. So I'll have to go back and do that, because that almost brings it to life. Seriously, no. But it might do something for it. It is kind of funny looking thing. I would hope it'd help a little bit. But I wanted, since it was in the picture, I wanted to pick it. I really wanted to put Pikachu there because, you know, it's a little bit cuter than this. But there was no Pikachu in the picture, so I went for this instead. Now I'm inking the little mushroom looking things. So I did do the inking before the yellow dots, but, well, maybe it's turned over. I don't know. I looked over at my page and looked back. I don't know if it's turned over or not. No, I think it's right side up, so I haven't put the yellow dots on. Yeah, they're all over there to the left. I do not put them all on. I just wanted to make sure there was enough so I wouldn't have to punch some more later. The orange that I'm using on the orange part is that rusty hinge. And, oh yeah, I'm trying to squeeze some glue out. It was almost empty a while back, and it was getting hard to get the glue out. And then I found a bottle that had some in it. And what do? I pour it in there. I got a brand new bottle, but I told myself, no, you're going to finish this one before you open that new one. Because, you know, they don't sell it in the wintertime. And... or, well, they won't ship it. They might sell it somewhere, but they don't ship it in the wintertime. And I wanted to make sure my bottle lasted till the warm weather got here. I'm making supports for the little arms or ears or whatever those things are on it. And I'm going to just put them on the side. I'm going to put one lower than the other, and I won't notice it till I go to put it on the vellum. But, yeah, it's pink, and it's going to be hid, so it's all right. Have y'all guessed yet that I have never played Pokemon? Never! And while I was doing this layout, I was thinking, I haven't heard of Pokemon Go in a few years. It's been a while. And I was thinking, it's going to be one of those layouts that their younger cousins or even their kids look at, somebody will look at a few years down the line, and they'll say, what in the world were you doing? And they won't even know what Pokemon is. So that's probably why he wanted me to scrapbook this and do the pictures correctly. I am using that tan piece of paper, and it's got kind of like a muzzle, I guess is what you'd call it, with a little nose on there. Anyway, I'm going to use it like the muzzle, and I'm going to forget the tongue until the end of the video. I will do it like the very last thing that I do. I happen to glance over there at him and see, well, it might be a girl since there's pink on there. Anyway, I'll see that the tongue isn't there, so I will put the tongue. But I am going by that picture there and what I can tell of it. But I did punch out that heart and turned it upside down. It makes a good muzzle that way, and then put the nose on the tip of it. But I'm getting close to getting done with this little guy, gal, whatever it is. But I won't have the dot until later, you know, that goes in the eyes. I got a little extra glue on there. I'm trying to get it off. That Tim Holtz, what is it called? Paper piercer? Yeah, it really comes in handy for this little teeny tiny stuff. Yeah, I think I'm done with it except for the tongue that I forgot. Oh, it had some dots around its eyes, so I'm putting some of them on there. And they were kind of a super light brown, so I just got one of my light brown markers to do it with. And here's where I noticed that one arm is so much lower than the other when I went to put it on that circle, so I'm moving it up a little bit so it'll look a little closer to being matched. And I put this glue on here, and then I thought I could have put it on foam tape, and then it would have been up off the vellum. But no, I didn't think about doing it. I've got my title left to work on. I'm not showing the whole title on it, even though they're all different and it's not repetitive. I'm just showing how I did it. This is Sizzix Shadow Box alphabet, and I've had it a very long time. And they're real boxy. Only Pokemon, if you use the logo thing, is not boxy. So I am adjusting all of them. I'm punching them out, and then I'm cutting by hand to make them different. And I'm showing the end how boxy it looks, and then you'll be able to see when I get the title up there how different it looks. And this is a P, and I'm going to make it into an E. And the reason I'm doing that is because the E in the alphabet is a capital E, and the one in the Pokemon, of course, is a lowercase. And both the O's are lowercase, and then they have this like little circle thing. And so I just used my 1/4-inch punch and punched it in the paper that I was going to use for the center part of the O. Then I turned around and used the 1/2-inch one and made sure I caught the empty space to get the little curvy thing that's on the O. But yeah, I had to make do on the E also, since the capital one was just not going to work on here. I did consider using it, but it'd stand out like a sore thumb because, you know, it has that little accent mark above it, and there wouldn't be room for the accent mark like I wanted it. So yeah, I had to try to go like the internet had it for the logo. And oh, I thought I'd move some punches out of the way. My desk was accumulating more and more on here. All I'm going to do is scatter out those balls. And just so you know, in case you want to make some, if you make this many, it'll take you a while. Watch a TV show, watch YouTube, something while you're doing it so it won't feel like it's taking as long. Some of these I'm going to adhere straight to the page, of course, and then some of them I'm going to put the foam tape underneath. Well, most of the little ones and maybe 1 or 2 of the bigger ones. And I'm also going to put foam tape underneath my vellum. So it is going to get some dimension. It's just not going to be the dimension I was originally thinking about. And there's my Pokemon. And see how every other one's lowercase. And the Go is the chunky style that is the shadow box dies. That's how I didn't really do anything to them, except since there was 3 layers instead of 2, and all the die set has is the top layer and the shadow layer. I did have to trim the top layer enough to go on the gray to make it fit. And then I had to make a little tiny red and white ball. And I was worried I wouldn't have all the right sizes, and I don't know if they're right or not, but I went for it and they're done. And so I'm going to leave it as this. And this one's going to be in my grandson's album, since he did send me the pictures and tell me to make sure I had that stuff on there. And I was looking at my page while I was doing this and putting all this down, because I was thinking, I'm done with it. Other than adhering everything down, I am done with this page. And I thought, I don't have anything on here that isn't paper, cardstock, handmade, you know, other than the vellum. And I remembered something, that I had a little flat Pokemon thing. I think the grandkids got it somewhere. We were somewhere, and there was a little bag somewhere, and they all got some, and they told me I should keep the others. Well, it was Charlie. She's always wanting to give things to somebody, and she said I should keep them for myself, and so I did. And guess what? I put it on the page, so there is something on here that isn't just paper or handmade. But really, I am getting close to getting done. I am adding the foam tape to the back of this little gal. And yeah, I wanted to put it close to the other one, the one that's in the picture, so you all can see them both together and see it does look a little bit like it. It does look a little strange, but it still looks a little bit like the one in the picture. And when I take the close-ups later, you're going to be able to see them a little bit better together. But yeah, I think the one in the picture is a little cuter. It has more dimension looking to it than mine does. I probably should have put the little arms, ears, or whatever on foam tape or something. And I got one crooked. I keep looking at it, wanting to straighten it. But it's probably that one I put on twice. And I probably got it crooked the second time. It's amazing while you see when you're sitting there holding the layout in your hand and doing a voiceover, things that you don't even notice when you're doing the layout itself, and it all just pops out at you, or else you look at it long enough that it does anyway. I am shaking my layout there a little bit to see what wasn't stuck, and guess what? There was a couple of things that weren't stuck. And when I cut those ones off the side, one is going to go flying. The second one, I do not know where it goes to. I even watched this video thinking maybe I would see where it goes to. I don't. But there was kind of, it was several layers there, so my scissors was having a little bit difficult time. And that last little clip, it just went flying. But if I find it, I will put it on this layout. I want it up there above the left-hand picture, like it's, coming onto the page. But I'm not going to make one just to put it there. There won't be one if I don't find it. There's that little package, and see, it had more in there. And this is what I ended up with to go on scrapbook pages. But Charlie's always given me something that she's got somewhere to put on my scrapbook pages, and a lot of it has gone on the scrapbook pages. And she scrapbooks too. She saves some for herself. And of course, I give her stuff all the time because she does like to scrapbook. I haven't seen her scrapbook lately. She hadn't brought it out to show me, so I'm going to have to ask her to. Oh, there I'm putting that little tongue on there. I punched out the 1/4 inch, and man, it looked huge when I went to put it on there. So then I had to do the 1/8 inch, and that fit a whole lot better. But that's it. That's the end of my layout. Check out the other gals and see what they're doing with their punches today. I think this is the week that Dorothy don't do it, but Krista and Kathy both will have a layout up that they use their punches on. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you go looking for layout share and giveaway, it's till the 1st of the month, and you can get in on that if you haven't already. All you have to do is leave a comment and be a subby, because the drawing is for the subbies. And yeah, here's my close-ups. And yeah, it did take me a while to get this layout done, because there is a lot of assembly here. Well, there was a lot of trial and error too. Take my word for that. But I had fun. It was a challenge, and I had fun. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.